Hello, today we're here in the labs of Immunocore to meet Eva-Lotta Allan, their Chief Business Officer. Immunocore have recently been successful in securing 2 major collaborations, and they've also won several awards. Let's talk to Eva and find out more. So Eva-Lotta, it's great to meet you. Can you tell me how long you've worked at Milton Park?
Yes, I've joined Milton Park for the first time in 1994 with a company called Oxford Asymmetry, and it's still on Milton Park called Evotech these days. And I was there in business development for 6 years.
Fantastic.
Then I moved on to an American company that's based here in Milton Park called Vertex Pharmaceuticals and spent another 6 years there up to 2006. I did leave for 7 years, but actually I joined again Immunocore here on Milton Park in May 2013 this year, and very happy to be back again.
Can you give me a quick background to Immunocore?
Yeah, Immunocore is originally a spin-out out of Oxford University. Its roots goes back all the way to 1999 when it was called Avidex, and Professor Ben Jacobson came out of the university to really commercialize his idea around T-cell receptor science. And the company was acquired in 2006 by a German biotech, and then we spun it out under the name of Immunocore in 2008, and that was done by Ben Jacobson as well as James Noble, our current CEO.
Excellent. And what are T-cell receptors?
So we use T-cell receptors. We produce these T-cell receptors in the lab specifically to target certain proteins in the cancer cells. So we primarily focused on curing cancer and also potentially virology diseases. So we produce soluble T-cell receptors that are acting almost as a link between the T-cells that we all have in the body and the cancer cell that we want the T-cell to kill. So the T-cell receptor is our little biological entity that has 2 parts to it, and it will help them to kill the cancer cells.
Fantastic. And I understand you've recently entered into collaborations with Genentech, which is part of Roche Group, and GSK. Can you tell me a bit more about those?
Yes, of course. They're both discovery collaborations, and we're very pleased to have both such prominent pharmaceutical companies on board. They're slightly different. I mean, both of them are multi-target collaborations, so we work on several programs. In the case of GSK, we will actually work with them and take the initial programs into clinical trials for them before we hand over for them to carry on with the clinical studies. In the case of Genentech, we will produce preclinical candidates, and prior to entering the clinic, they will pick those up and drive them forward in development.
And can you tell me about the financials surrounding the deals?
Yes, in both cases we get upfront fees and continued support through milestones and royalties. And in the case of Genentech, they will pay us between $10 and $20 million for each program that we initiate. And in addition to that, we get up to $300 million in milestones.
Wow.
And royalties. And in the case of GSK, we get a total of £142 million in so-called preclinical payments prior to going into development across all the programs, plus then development milestones and sales milestones and royalties on top of that.
Sounds
So
brilliant.
we're very pleased, yes.
Sounds brilliant. So you're really growing then?
Yes,
excellent.
Absolutely.
And you were recently named as a Fierce 15 Biotech. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, we're very pleased with the award actually. It's an award that's selected by Fierce Biotech, which is a US newswire, where we actually see news coming through every day. And they select 15 companies in the world, private companies every year, who they think and feel have performed very well and had success stories. So we're very, very proud to be one of the 15.
That's fantastic, and I understand it's quite an accolade as well for a European company to get into that list. So
Absolutely.
That's a serious achievement. Well
Yes.
done. And I understand that you also won Best Biotech Dealmaker at this year's Oxfordshire Bioscience Network Awards.
Yes, we were very pleased to be shortlisted for this, and thanks to having done the 2 deals earlier this year, we were fortunate to be awarded the Best Biotech Deal. And again, it's a great accolade for us.
Well, very well deserved and very well done.
Thank you.
And finally, recently Milton Park has had several good news stories regarding cancer companies. Why do you think the biotech cluster here is so successful?
Difficult for me to say, but I think the closeness to Oxford University and the success stories in academia that stems from Oxford University clearly plays a role here. And I think the cluster itself has clearly an environment that nurtures science, and in this case, you know, there's quite significant amount of focus on cancer and cancer therapies, future cancer therapies. So we're hoping that we can help to contribute as we go forward to that success.
Well, thank you very much, and it's been great to meet you.
Thank you.